Okay, guys, thanks for your patience. We had some technical problems here. Now we've dealt with them, and now we can start our webinar. We had some music on first, and I enjoy it more without music because you can hear me well without it. So let me introduce myself. My name is Manuel F. Sanchez. I am a leader manager under the affiliate program of the Consumer Society New. We all know why we're here for. And I'm also a representative of the Local Leadership Council. I'm also a private investor, among many other things. Also, I'm a father to 3 children. And I'm also a grandfather to 6 grandchildren. The 6th granddaughter was born last week. And as any such moments in your life are important moments in your life, they are quite emotional. And my granddaughter is just a thing of beauty, and I cannot be happy enough every time when I see my grandchildren born. I am from the average family. I can't say that I had a rich childhood or that we were very well off. No, it was a ordinary family. I went to study to be an engineer, and when I graduated, I worked as an engineer for a year, just a year, and then 10 years in a row. I worked not according to my profession, not according to my education. And it's always sad when you choose one profession, you study for it, and then you go and work as someone else. But I didn't lose faith in myself. I kept on believing that I could have a better life, and then I started trading. And and you might think it was like foreign currency trading, but not. It was regular sales. I was a small-time retailer, and I realized that I deserve and can do more. And then I went on to be a wholesale seller, and I had lots of partners. But then I had a financial misfortune. One day I woke up and I had nothing, and I realized that I'm back. I realized that I have to be back on track, and I tried again and again, and through direct sale, I tried myself at direct sales, and I did everything I could, but I always kept on dreaming about better, bigger things, and I realized that future is on the internet. I realized I had to learn the ropes to know my way around the internet. And that's where I started doing internet sales, and I had my difficulties like anyone out there. I didn't understand things. I was angry, upset about not understanding things, until I understood that I'm like a blind, you know, miner, or better, explosion squad. Like I was there searching for mines, and any mistake could mean an explosion. And but I kept on going. I joined the company, eventually this company, and it was a revelation for me. I realized how lucky I was. I'm very soon to be 75 years of age, but life has just begun for me. Finally, the life of my dreams. I kept on attending events, the first, the second, the third event, and every time I attended those events, I realized that I was drawing closer to the life of my dreams. And I realized that it's not an illusion, it's something quite tangible, that this company gives us an opportunity to develop, become something, to be a part of something bigger. I'm now a leader manager, but I know that I'm still halfway there. I know that I can achieve more. And when we receive all the information that we have, we realized that this is it, the solution to many problems to the world that we face in the world every day. And I realized also that this was once in a lifetime opportunity that we cannot pass by, that we need to catch, we need to, use it. And I did. And now I'm in love with what I'm doing. I'm so passionate about what I'm doing, and I'm very honored and glad to be talking to you here, to be knowing you, some of you in person, And this is just a small step on the really big path. We are going towards something great, financial freedom, and the realization that we are helping such a big number of people. And it is possible, it is achievable to change the lives of millions of people, for the better. Could we please move on to the next slide? And now I would like to introduce to you, or to show you, our
second part of our meeting, and to introduce you this speaker. She is an expert in communication. He is a master of all forms of communication, both online, offline, verbal, non-verbal communication, which is a key to our success. And what could be better than getting a master class from such an expert as he is? And our today's speaker is an expert, and he will be followed up by another speaker, and then we will have question and answer session. So this person, his name is Igor Nezavibatko, and actually it took me very difficult to pronounce this last name. I trained a lot this morning, but he is an actor and director, a coach. He graduated from the Department of Acting of Drama School, named after Shchepkin. Actually, this summer I will dedicate to pronouncing correctly the foreign last names. He is an actor and director. He has 40 years of experience at stage, 29 years of teaching acting techniques and public speaking. And for 20 years, he's providing business trainings across the world. He is a motivational speaker, and you will actually learn it on your own. So unfortunately, I didn't know this, but this is a good surprise for both me and you, actually, to enjoy his speech. Igor, we are looking forward to dive deep into your knowledge. Good afternoon, dear participants. I hope that you can both hear and see me well. Guys, can we hear and see him well? Please give us some indication in the chat. Thank you very much for your feedback. Well, dear friends, look, Manuel has already introduced me, and I do know that somehow you know me because you met me either at our trainings or you heard about our trainings from your leaders who actually take part in our speaking masterclasses. I do apologize that the translation is good, and what I'm going to tell you and to quite probably show you. And let's talk how our communication changes when we shift from live communication to communication online via screen. You understand that this screen communication is a key, and we all actually miss the warmth, hugging of someone, seeing the eyes of a person, and talking personally. But this is the peculiarity. First of all, we live in different continents, and there are some limitations to our personal meetings. And look, most people who actually are used to talking live at this stage or having some eye-to-eye discussions and conversations, they find it quite difficult to shift to online format of communication. A lot of my friends, colleagues, and trainers, as well as business partners, complain that it's much more complicated and difficult to persuade, to convince a person and influence him when he is sitting behind the other part of the screen. And this is because that apart from the words, your ideas you try to convey, there are such things as energy, your emotions, your vibrations, and the personal contact you may have, which actually generates trust between the people talking. When you talk eye to eye or in front of a group of people, you trust them more than the person sitting behind the screen. And therefore, our task, even under these conditions, to generate curiosity, interest, and trust, and convey somehow our energy to a person who is sitting far away from us. And therefore, if now we talk about some problems you may face during online communication, let's enumerate them all. And we, step by step, need to address them. First of all, firstly, no personal contact, emotional and energy exchange between the speaker and the interlocutors. Secondly, so a lot of distracting things. One thing, when you come to an office and you meet in a conference hall, and the other thing is when you stay at home. You can enjoy your tea, coffee, or there are some kids actually torturing you, a lot of distracting factors. When you are in an office or in a hall, in an audience hall, all the attention is grabbed by the speaker, whereas here, the speaker competes with a lot of other signals which always distract your attention. And there is such a feeling that it seems I hear quite well what someone is saying, but it's like the water flowing through your hand. No one is staying there. And quite often, when you have eye-to-eye contact, the effect will be 10, 12, or 15 times higher compared to when a person seems to listen to you, but he's staying in his at his home and he is distracted. So he has his distracted attention. What should we need to do? You need to grab his attention and keep this attention throughout the course of your speech or negotiations, on the meeting or the phone call you have. And it means that you are to keep this attention to the end, and that the peak of his attention actually convey to him the most important message of our today's meeting. So this challenge is to be addressed as well. The third problem is, look, it's quite routine and quite regular. So some unpleasant picture, some unpleasant background. Look, a person is in front of his screen and a huge head seen in the screen, and he's talking this way. And you want actually to take a step backwards or close your eyes because it's quite difficult to watch it, or the background is not appealing at all. And I am not competitive to this picture, but I did it intentionally. and actually dressed up in the way to be with the same colors. No, we don't have slides. Igor is speaking. He is a motivational speaker and he's training you in speaking, and no slides so far. Can you see his picture? Can you see him? And look, when you have something in the background, you don't look at the speaker. You watch something else in the background. And therefore, you make sure that the background supports you, but not actually distracts people's attention. And this is quite a common mistake. I always notice it. Fourthly, if the attention is so distracted and a lot of things that may distract you, then in a bit different way, you need to catch and grab other person's attention to say, I speak live in front of you. When we had our master classes, I can, with no breaks, and quite often we could start working at 10 a.m. till 11 p.m. at night, and to always keep your attention and to be in live contact with you and always grab your attention. But now it seems that me only talking all the time.
Amen.
This is a monologue, not a dialogue. Yes, you can turn on the microphone and say something. And there you can actually run a chat and people leave some comments. But let's be honest, when you compare the live communication and the reaction, the laughing, his responses, live responses to my questions, this is a minor part, and we are to address this problem as well, because when we have a conversation, it's not a monologue. This is always a dialogue. When the other person is silent, so he responds to me with his thoughts, in his thoughts, and me as a speaker, I need to notice this, observe this, take note, and adjust my behavior, responding to the way I am accepted. And there is such a word as drilling in the Russian language, drilling. So they are drilling, talking non-stop. But at the same time, you go and make a cup of tea, or you actually observe or look through your communication in the telephone. But me as a speaker, I don't feel this. I don't feel that it's time to finalize or to change the topic. I'm still talking, but my listeners actually already left the chat, and therefore we are to actually be interactive to understand whether the patient is still alive or already died. Or maybe my conversation is already over, and therefore the ways or the methods to support conversation are a must when you talk, when you use online formats of communication. Look, there are some live trainings. It seems everything is ready. The technique is a potential betrayer, actually. Look, when you use the minimum techniques at a particular moment, something will fail. Great that here we have a well-established technology. There are moderators and organizers following the technical part, and there are professional interpreters working for us, but we don't always enjoy this. Quite often you have some live streams from homes. You don't have technical aids that follow the operation of the chat, whether someone can receive the sound or cannot receive the sound, and etc. So meaning that you are to be multifunctional and to follow this. So sustain the energy, grab their attention, and always follow all the technicalities, whether everything is functional. And Dmitry Zaychenko writes down that Igor is poorly seen, slide is black. and then organizers somehow are to respond like in our room. Look, so we zoomed actually the picture because I may miss this comment. And then look, now I'm approaching the solution. If you have any problems with the sound, so you are to leave the Zoom session and then get in again, or you can actually push a button to demonstrate the screen at the top corner for a person to see the screen of the speaker. So all these things are to be taken account and observed. And in this particular case, Dmitry will give me some indication whether you can hear me and see me. You'd better both see and hear me, because you will miss a part of pleasure and delight. Look, before our meeting, those people who make some Zoom sessions, I ask them to share their concerns, their pains in the backs. And many people responded the following. Look, Igor, when we actually talk via screen, you always want to talk. You always want to reflect. And it seems that the pace is too slow. And actually some responses, some reflection, but how the decisions are made, how the actions are taken. A person, first of all, understands that it's beneficial, it's useful, meaningful, I need it. So the consciousness is on, everything is fine. And we will discuss this content. But the most important thing for them to be willing to act, for him to have a desire, intrigue, interest to do it. And when you, with your big head, sit in front of the screen, talking very slowly, the person loses the interest. So no emotions are generated. Then it means somehow you are to provocate these emotions, to turn them on. You don't see him or his small head, and he is actually turning to a different side of the screen, but I need to actually start him somehow, start his engine. And therefore, the emotional part of the negotiations is underestimated by many people. And I would like to share a large secret with you. I fully dislike online conferences, conferences and sessions. Only a few of them I have patience to actually sustain them to the very end. Why? Because most of them are boring. Most of them are boring, even though I understand that it is meaningful and useful for me, but I'd like to have a different format. It means that our goal is to increase emotions. And at this moment, look, a person understands, yes, it's useful, beneficial, meaningful, and emotions. I eager, and I'm ready. This is quite important. And now you need to influence their will. Start, make a phone, please come. At this moment, what are you doing? Yes, what are we doing? We push them somehow. We are a push to this person. So at any seminar, video conference, Zoom, phone call, training, and so on and so forth, there should be this urge, this calling for action, a small step to say, let's phone tomorrow, or let's tomorrow discuss this and that. But every meeting is to include this will, this action, because what will a person do in front of his screen? Yes, he will listen to it saying, okay, a good guy, a serious company, good products are offered, but I need to think it over. I will think it over. And as you can imagine, when he starts thinking, it will take a lot of time, because when the screen is off, so in the screen, there is everything YouTube, some Facebook. So his attention is lost. And then his even minor desires for action, they are vague and dispersed, and you lost them. Quite often a person say, yes, this is meaningful, this is useful, but then he sees something else. I am an emotional speaker, but even after me, you will put on some video on YouTube with your favorite singer, you will immediately forget me. I can't compete it. And it means that within the time, until you lose this person's attention, you need to launch a process which will never stop. Even him doing something extra, something different, he has some buzz in his mind. Only then you will see some actually you will see some roots or some branches, because of these roots of these grains you cultivated in his head. So we do have time, and now this is the time to discuss solutions. Look, let's do the following. Energy of your speech. We started from this. Did you notice that not actually a standard speech and my behavior as an online speaker for an online seminar? I am not sitting. It's quite strange. All the normal people tend to sit and do it deliberately. Look, when you run a training, and if you want actually to catch people's attention, never sit. So a person with some hot, who is hot-tempered, who is full of emotions, and he sits down simply not to break down his computer. Why a person sit down in our lives? To calm down and to discuss something with a slow pace, to reflect on something, to explore, analyze something. But when you want to convince, persuade, inspire, what do we need to see? Actions. And then I urge you as a task, in the next meeting you have, irrespective where it is, and every time I will give you some assignments for each bullet point. Please check a part of your speech. Do it being seated as you are used to, and a part being standing, and then demonstrate the extent of your being emotional, the level of your energy, and whether then you receive the active feedback from the people.
Now, in addition to the fact that we are on our feet, remember we mentioned the big head effect. When you have the entire head filling the screen, you know, sometimes people do it even like this. They have a lamp on top of their head, of course, like a nimbus, you know, like the sign of our holiness, etc. No problem with that, but you must agree that it's some kind of megalomania, right, when you do it like this. So what we need to do is to pick the most favorable angle for us. Best of all, if you can see there is like a LED light on your camera. So you should either aim it at the center of your head or a little bit higher. Then the people's attention won't go to the ceiling where the source of light is. And second of all, especially it is relevant for women, or let's say older men, the angle from top to bottom a little bit better. because you'll have like a leaner face, thinner face. We won't see the double chin if you have it, and the eyes will be more prominent in this case than like this. But if I were conducting a webinar like this, you see, but some other things are catching your eye instead of what I want, things that I want to catch your eye. So before the speech, you need to position your camera in such a way as to be at the same level with the camera, and you must have noticed about all the gestures, all the signs that I'm making. It is not really necessary online, but it's preferable to have it. Why? Because gestures create dynamic picture, dynamic image. If I was speaking like this, and I could be speaking like this with making some extra signs, hand signs. Of course, you won't be doing it like I'm doing it. You have your own temperament. You have your own like nature, mood. Maybe you're more temperamental or less temperamental. But gestures serve two purposes. First, for the audience to stress and point people's attention to a certain points, and for yourself as well. Why? So check it yourself. This is task number 2 for you. Try speaking with your hands folded or resting on your laps or on your chest, or put it on your table or lower. And in this situation, the emotionality and the energy level of the person starts decreasing. So as soon as I start narrating something, you see what I'm doing here? If you add some prominence with your hands, if I'm talking about myself, the world I'm in, about the growth that I'm experiencing in the company, together with my hands and legs, because I'm standing on my feet here, my feet are like springs, like there is energy in my feet, in my legs, and your body posture, hands and feet are serving as an additional source of energy. Let's make an experiment here. Hopefully you're all sitting before the screen and you won't scare your family members. We're doing it very often with our trainees, but just push away from the screen, or better, stand on your feet. Guys, at least give me some sign in the chat if you have space, room to stand up and move away from your screens. Okay, if you did it already, hopefully everyone is ready. Spain, Italy, England, Australia, I know that you're ready, New Zealand, etc. So hopefully all of you are ready. You're on your feet. You can recite any kind of poem in your own language. Just, I'll give you a couple of seconds to remember it. The first thing that comes to your mind, don't be picky. Now try to recite it and show with your hands what are you telling. If the screen is too close, then you won't be able to maneuver with your hands. And the bigger the distance between you and the screen, the wider are going to be your gestures. Let's go, to your waist, the distance, so that you're showing to your waist. I know that lots of speakers on the webinars are dressed to their waist, and it's a proven fact, guys. Don't be sad about it. And now let's start reciting our poem and showing it with our hands. For example, something from Pushkin. Like, my uncle was a decent dude, and when he was sick, he tried to force people to respect him. So do not be hasty, but follow it with your gestures. Any poem that you want, like you can, we have recite a poem by Lermontov, for example, another Russian poet, about a ship floating on the waves with a white sail. It's in the wind. It's not looking for happiness. It's not, chasing happiness, or is being driven away by sorrow. So any kind of, poem of your choice. But instead of simply waving your hands like this, no, you should be showing what you are saying with your hands. Imagine there is like a foreigner standing in front of you. So, and that foreigner doesn't speak your language. So, what you're doing, you're speaking louder because that's what people think makes foreigners understand you better, and you're showing it with your hands as well. Because, foreigners are kind of a simple people, a little bit stupid. So, you have to show them things with your hands, like showing it to a child. So, imagine that you're reciting a poem to a foreigner. It's like a technique. But if you have a habit of showing what you're saying with your hands right away, literally in 2-3 seconds, you forget about your hands because you're very involved in the content, in the conversation, and the hands have a life of their own. They are moving on their own. They are, they try to reinforce your words. So someone is writing something in English. The man is not speaking English. Of course he's not. He's being translated into English, guys. So your hands become congruent. They follow the body language and they follow the essence, the meaning of your words. It reinforces your emotionality, your rhythm. So my trainer colleagues of mine, my trainers, we try to understand how to increase, to boost the level of energy when speaking online and offline. And 70% of your energy online should be higher, 70%, than when you're speaking offline before a live audience. The screen takes or simply devours 70% of your natural energy. While one-on-one, we can speak calmly and the person will hear us and understand us in person, of course. When you're talking before a screen, you can't do it. You speak in a different way. Even if I'm talking less loudly, like lower, it means that I'm talking slower and I'm trying to produce more effect, more impact, even if I'm talking low. For example, right now, I was looking at the camera, exactly at the camera with my eyes. Lots of people do not, look into the camera. They are looking in the center of the screen, but you must understand that the camera and the center of the screen are positioned in different places. It's like talking to a person and not looking into the eyes of that person. But people sometimes, when they're online, they look at the floor, at the ceiling, anywhere else. So sometimes it's like this, you can see only the forehead of the person and the rest is the ceiling or the wall. But that is not our case. We want to be professionals. And compared to others, we will look like masters. So in a very important moment, when you need people to hear you, to trust you, to hear your key message, don't look at the keyboard. Don't look at the screen. Don't look exactly at the camera lens. So find the camera lens and look there, okay? Guys, try to memorize this or put it down because I'm giving you lots of information. Some of that information you know already, thank God. Some of the things you might have been guessing, and some of the things will be quite new material and you'll have to use in your next presentations. And remember also that the technique is a potential traitor, especially in a computer. When I meant technique, I meant technical equipment is your traitor. because no matter how good internet connection you have, the internet provider or hardware, it needs to provide at least 500 megabit per second. But there always be package drops, when the internet is patchy. And usually, according to the Murphy's Law, it happens when you're doing your presentation, as if the providers knew that you're doing your presentation. It means that you need to be using cable internet connection, not Wi-Fi. You need to have an Ethernet connection. You might not be using it in your everyday life, but during presentation, this cable needs to be plugged in to your computer to ensure no package losses and more best stable internet connection. Go and check your internet speed. The difference between Wi-Fi speed and the cable-based connection, and you will see that there is a difference. Usually, it's not really critical for voice, but if you want to convey image, it's very critical. There will be lots of frozen frames. Maybe the signal is good over there, but because of your patchy internet and Wi-Fi glitches, there will be frozen frames. Sometimes you see the really bad distorted voice, and you can't even understand anything. And you understand that it's not his fault, it's not your fault, it's the universe's fault. But it leads to irritation, lack of understanding. You're getting tired very quickly because of that. And then a person says, well, the material is interesting, but I cannot keep on listening to that. So guys, you need to have high-speed internet connection, cable-based connection, because I know lots of people are using mobile internet, smartphones. Even in the best of countries, mobile internet is not the best solution. It should be cable-based, high-speed internet connection. Okay? Ethernet. Well, as for the betrayal of hardware, of course, you need to be preparing for the presentation in advance. You need to check in advance how you're entering your account, all the links if they are valid, and don't ever do the following. The presentation has started, the webinar started. I came to listen to you, and some people pay money for that as well. You sit down, and all of a sudden, you see some distorted face of someone who is going to speak, and he starts fiddling with the buttons. Something is not going on. He's starting to figure out with the technician what's going on, etc. And it takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and it's boring. And when it happens with me, I just turn off my PC and then I go away. It's a show of lack of respect for people who found time to watch you live, And sometimes, maybe later I will watch a recording of it. But you know how people watch recordings? They put it on fast forward. So 2/3 of the recordings, I put it at 1.25 times or 1.5 times the original speed, because all that, redundant words, pauses, R's and R's, interruptions. A person with my temperament cannot really handle this. Maybe live it's still tolerable, but when it's a recording, really it's bothering me too much. So prepare at least 15 minutes before the start. Check your camera settings. If there is too little light, add some light. You see, I have a professional light here that will save me in any given situation. You need to have something like that. You can buy some portable sources of light as well. Of course, you need to have a good microphone. It shouldn't be a computer microphone, inbuilt microphone. It should be a standalone microphone. autonomous microphone, because sometimes computers, inbuilt computer microphones are, you know, a no. It's really a disaster. So it's like a gentleman package, you know. I'm sorry for telling you really simple, trivial things. I'm sure you are all aware of that and you are doing that, but I can't stress enough the importance of that, because even if you are doing it the way it should be done, yeah, definitely you have partners who are doing it the wrong way. So you need to have the lighting, good microphone, and cable-based connection, internet connection. You see, I'm now doing some repairs in my apartment, and I'm now renting an apartment, not the best one because of the lockdown, but I still, you see, even in a rented apartment, I removed everything redundant. But you know, I put up this painting, um, you know, by a famous painter. Hopefully, you will appreciate it. You know, the Klimt guy, and you know, you can be anywhere. You can be even in Stockholm, but you will be broadcasting from a sauna. Or, for example, you can be in Moscow, be sitting in Moscow, and add the virtual background of, you know, being like on top of a high skyscraper. But you know, virtual backgrounds are not really up to the challenge yet. You know, some people have a prominent faces, you know, and especially women, they can make some makeup, and you know, they will take the catch the your attention, but the background should be really neutral, your virtual background, because if it's like an Eiffel Tower or the seaside, people will be looking at the Eiffel Tower and not you. So I set up a neutral background over here. But if you go and check the background after my webinar and do it, you'll see that as soon as you start moving, the virtual background will be moving with you as if you're in a cartoon. If you like bend your head, you will see that your ear starts stretching. Of course, you can get used to anything, but maybe we shouldn't take that path at all. So if you're going to actively move, and if you don't have good lighting, for example, even with a very powerful light lamp, you see that it's not really bright here because there is a thunderstorm outside and there is no sun. So poor lighting will lead to a very blurry image, gray blurry image, and because of the virtual background, you will have some distortions of the image, and it's quite painful to watch. So if it was like a cartoon or a stand-up comedian show, then it would be cool. But if you're talking about finance or it's a business proposal, you need to be professional about it. So take care about, if it's a live background, take care of it. So sometimes it can be, you know, there are some technical tricks you can do. You can be a stationary background, and you can use it, you know. But the wall should have no redundant things, or it could be a bookcase, a bookshelf with lots of books. It immediately adds to your image, like you are a person who enjoys reading. You know, you can also pick your books, like mix a good selection of books. So take care of your background. It is very important. It will help you, and it will increase your rating and the attitude of the audience to you as a professional. Never hold your presentations outside, because there are lots of external noises, unexpected noises at that. There might be wind blowing, leaves might be making noise, seaside noise. You know, better to avoid it. Or during the presentation, like there is a thunderstorm literally outside and it's pouring. And imagine if you're doing it outside, what kind of noise people will be hearing. What else I wanted to add here? we mentioned interactivity, how to maintain interactivity, how to maintain the dialogue, how to get people's attention. At the moment, it's a webinar. You can see me. Hopefully you can see me well. At least everyone says it's good. Okay, I can see that everyone can see me. Guys in the English chat, give me some feedback here. Okay, enough lighting? Good. Now, there is a video conference mode as well, when you can see yourself and other participants of the conference. So you can see both the speaker and people attending the session. And there might be lots of windows, with people in it. So when you're speaking, ask people to turn on the function so that they could see only the speaker and not everyone else. Very important, because sometimes people are doing really unbelievable things. So at first they're sitting and they know that they're being watched. 15 minutes later, they forget that they're being watched and they're doing things you can't even imagine. Even the most serious people. I mean, it's like I felt this shame when I saw it. But, that's the way we behave when nobody is watching us at home, And a person is, watching you speaking, and around that speaker, a very big life is going on, and you can do nothing about it. Let me tell you about an old technique. I know that I'm an actor and the director of the theater, and then I became a business coach.
Well, it's enough, no matter how actors perform. When there is a cat at stage, this is it. So everyone is watching this cat. Cat is doing nothing special. Or in case there is a kid, it's the same thing. You can actually bury the actors. Look, our retention is caught by these accidental signals. And our brain, our attention, first of all, responds to something new and unexpected, not the important thing and what you need, and not the smart and intelligent things you say, but something new and unexpected. And no matter how intelligent I speak, how smart I seem, but in case in one of the screen there is something, someone stands up and sits down, or I will not actually name what people may do, so everyone is start looking, watching there, and forget about the speaker. And therefore, I ask you and request everyone from the very beginning to actually turn on the screen of the speaker, only this. And then at the top, there are some actually windows with some faces, small faces, but they won't interfere and distract us. And the same applies when you are moderating a conference. Always turn off all the microphones. It's a must, because you will see the orchestra, dogs barking, kids crying, someone is chewing, and etc. So all the noises, sounds are to be turned off. And only when a person is speaking or asking a question, then he turns on the microphone, or when he forgets. Actually, after his speech, after his question, you turn the phone. It's important because we respond to the way the people react, and therefore it's a trend to say yes, plus, so how can you hear me? A person writes this down, but I always advise asking them, please nod your head if you agree. I will ask you, please nod your heads as an indication that you understand me. And if you see it in the screens, then you actually see their contact. No one actually combats or prohibits the human body, some fingers, so you are to use it. But please remember one thing: no matter which internet you have, between your signal, what you do, what you say, to the time it is accepted by the other person, there is a gap of 1 second at least. So if you nod your head but no nodding in response, it does not mean anything. So there is some 1 second or 2 second delayed. And when you ask someone to write down in the chat, no one will immediately respond, because always there will be this time gap. Don't get irritated. So a person actually gets it, 1 second to understand this, another 2 seconds to understand what to write down. And there are some fingers that are slower in action than our head. And always you have this gap of 5-10 seconds. Let's experiment, guys. I will tell you, write down, and you please write down yes or no, any word you like. And you will see the speed of your responses. Ready? Write down. Okay, so there are those doing it quite fast, and there are those slow thinkers. But I warned you actually, and you were prepared. But in case you are not prepared to write something down, then the gap will be larger. And I told you that today most people actually watch recording rather than live sessions. So you can speed up. You can pause, or you can come back a bit later, or you can speed up the session. So dear friends, online we are to talk 1.5 times faster than in your normal life. No, let it be 1.25 times faster than in your normal life. I understand that our interpreters hate me now, actually, because we know that they are the best simultaneous interpreters, and I need to speak slower. My cheers and greetings to Spanish interpreters, to English interpreters, my greetings. So now everything is fine. But look, I can't say it this way. We are to speak very fast, because the speed of your normal life, of your personal life, of your ordinary life, here is will be accepted in a bad way. So he's very slow, a little information. I will watch some news video, or I will watch your session, but with a faster pace. So then the speed will be adjusted. Well, guys, please learn to be fast speakers and clear speakers at the same time. And if you work with foreign audience, with foreign people, then here you are to be in harmony with interpreters, because here I work a lot with English interpreters and Bulgarian interpreters, and I see the difference in the class, in the proficiency of interpreters. So English interpreters are doing well, but Bulgarian interpreters are slowing down, and there are pauses. And the same lesson translated in different languages. In first case, so I give 20 times more information than in the second masterclass translated into Bulgarian. So my time is coming to end, unfortunately, but I have something to tell you. As always, I have a lot of interesting tips, but let's do the following. I ask you, if you find it interesting, we will have the second, the third meeting, or even an online course on online and live communications. But I'd like to tell the following. The content of your speech, the first 3 minutes, maximum 3 minutes of your speech, even with some buffer. When you listen to a speaker, if you know this person, it's one thing. But if he is a stranger, you don't know him, in the 3 minutes, you actually take the decision whether to listen to or not, whether to get involved or not, whether to be patient with him and be full attention. So Or you may say, wow, the same stuff, the same story repeated hundreds of millions times and repeated some standard phrases again and again. I am fed up with them. And what happens? So he starts listening either half his ear because he can't leave. He is too polite. Or the speaker is speaking and we are enjoying our coffee, tea, some wine in Spain and Italy. In Russia, maybe something else. Look, everyone is busy with their business, and therefore your task within the first 3 minutes to grab their attention, not with your energy, not with your gestures, not only with your gestures, but with your, in the first 3 minutes, to set a problem. If you visited my live masterclasses, there are 5 steps to make any presentation, any speech, to make sure that from the very beginning they understand what you are talking about, to find it interesting, to grab their attention, to actually keep their attention, and then stepwise actually present everything. I won't do it right now. It will be done at our next session. But look, the problem, any conflict or something unresolved issue. So this is what you mention. You'd better do it in the first minute of your speech, or at least within the first 3 minutes, but not more. And it should be a question or a problem or a challenge the person is concerned with. He don't know how to address, how to fight it. And then in our consciousness, actually, you grab his attention, not the smart thing, what you are saying, and not something useful you are saying, but then what is new and unexpected for them. This is the principle of survival. Without this, we would die. And in the first 3 minutes, please remember to tell them something new and unexpected. And moreover, the person who is listening should never know the solution to this problem. So he may have some ideas, but he doesn't know which idea is the best to select. And then you grab his attention and keep his attention within the entire speech. The speech may last within the different period. I see that my time is coming to the end, but my advice, honestly, so from 20 to 30 minutes, not more. So when you speak eye to eye, it could be even more if you are a master and if you structure it correctly. Online speech should be from 20 to 30 minutes. It could be 1 hour. Could it be 1 hour? Yes, it could be, but then you are to master all this mechanism of feedback, of generating interest. So you are to divide your speech into several topics, several problems to address and fight, and only then you can actually talk longer than 20-30 minutes. And accordingly, I am summing up. The laws of communication are the same, whether you speak in front of your screen or in front of a live person. So it shouldn't be a monologue, it should be a dialogue. The purpose of any speech, not informing, not entertain, but influence, impact them. And this impact includes information sharing and emotional push, meaning generating some interest from a person. But it is only for the sake of influence, of your impacting this person and the result you'd like to get. Online conversation is much harder than the eye-to-eye presentation because you lose some energy, some emotional impact. You actually see and cope with the distracted attention of your interlocutor. And therefore, in any speech you make, either eye to eye in front of a group of people or online sessions, some elements which will strengthen your energy, emotional impact of your speech, his subconscious being attracted by your speech, and accordingly, what you do, it should generate some pleasure and joy. And remember that every person is managed by 2 things, usefulness and joy. So, dear friends, if you find at least something useful and meaningful in my speech, in 1, 2 words, in a few words, please write this down in the chat, what you find most important, most useful. So select 1, 2 elements, 2 tips or advice I gave you, which you found most useful and meaningful. And my thanks to you for your feedback, but please be specific, which you found most important, most useful. And later on, please, for English speaking, Spanish speaking, Italian speaking groups and others, please give me some feedback. And by the way, we will find it out which nation and which tip finds more important. Okay, I'm reading, standing up, movements, energy, not a monologue, but a dialogue. Yes, that's right. Open body, the upper part. So the lower part of your body shouldn't be open. You shouldn't be naked, that's for sure. So sitting, standing, being more animated. So I will receive the feedback from our English speaking room as well and other languages as well. Please use in the next time any chance and any tips you learned when you speak online, and not more than 3. So 3 elements from what actually I advised you. Try to practice in your next speech. So you practice, test it, and then every time add another new. Okay, I see it. Dear friends, thanks a lot for your interest, for your trust. It's strange. So in Moscow, behind my screen, it's pouring, the rain is pouring, but there is such a feeling that I am in Rome or in Barcelona or in Latin America or with our friends in the Moscow city, in our office. And one more thing, look, even the lack of the direct contact never will substitute the live talking, because our business is live talking and communication. Please communicate with the people and be masters of communication, and may the success be with you. Thank you a lot, and bye. Yours, Igor. Well, it was incredible. It was like watching a play at the cinema. I am actually shocked. I don't know what you may feel, but look, I took so many notes, and do you know, I talk very quickly, but today I slowed down because of interpreters, and actually I was right that we are to speak faster. Thanks a lot, Igor. You are unbelievable. You bring us closer to our goals through your presentation and your instructions. And now, please welcome another brilliant speaker. And this is my honor to introduce him. And honestly, I didn't know how to introduce him, Armand. He is one of the top members of our company, and a person who a few years ago decided never to hesitate and follow Andrei Khavratov. And this is a person who comes from a common family. He was not born with his golden spoon in his mouth, and only through his efforts actually he managed to achieve what he has now. And he has always had thirst for something, and quite probably he needed a father who would actually direct his resource, his energy into the correct direction. And Andrei Havratov became his dad. And only through his actions, through his efforts, he managed to achieve tremendous results. And he is a superstar, actually ready to help us all. He is a member of the Presidential Council, president under the affiliate program of New Consumer Community, international speaker, best motivational speaker in 2018 according to the Mellon Reach magazine and Finance Times Business Journal, and as well as he is a member of the Association Generals of the World for Peace. And I appreciate him a lot and his trainings, because I always attend a lot of different trainings. But look, his trainings he provides is always something unbelievable and exclusive. You are best out of the best. Armand, the floor is yours. Guys, please give me the indication how well can you hear me and see. Put a plus, please. Can you see me? Because Igor actually instructed us. Great job, by the way. Well, I see all your pluses. And now, actually, I'm checking my microphone, my new microphone. Cool. Thanks for your feedback. But now, let's move on to the business. I love and adore Igor for him being inspiring and actually being so endearing. And Igor, I do apologize, but I will actually respect our interpreters, because otherwise it will be a hard job for them. But your speech was amazing. I took note a lot of tips. My thanks to you as well. And in continuation of our today's topic, actually today we discuss self-development. So public speaking, either online or offline at this stage, you guys, first of all, self yourselves. And my today's training is called Success is a Skill You Can Master. If you agree with me with this statement, please put 1, if not, put 2. Great. And today I will train you in how actually you can acquire this skill to make sure that everything you want in your life, you can achieve this. And who attended the training together with Andrei Havratov, where I actually opened my networks and showed you how you can meet new people, get some adequate responses, please put 3 in the chat if you visited that session. Great, thanks. And then today you will be assured once again that success is a learnable skill. You can be trained how to become successful. I first was in India, I met Igor Nezabibatska, and then he actually trained us how to be public speakers. And look, I realized that he shared some simple tips, but whenever you repeat what he's training, you will get the results. Who applied the theory in practice, the theoretical knowledge received in India from India, please put 5 if so far by using these tips you saw some results. Results may be either in your eye-to-eye conversations or public speaking, or how to actually take a person or bring a person to conversation. If you have seen these results, any results, please put a 5. Good. Thank you very much. But now I'd like to discuss with you what success is. Please write down in the chat what you understand by or under the success or your associations with the word success? Victory, recognition, wealth, seeing my target achieved, achieving goals. Good. Let's understand that there is a part of success. This is achieving your goals, achieving your dreams. But what is the next integral component? For you to get some results, what should you do? Dear friends, what do you need to do to see some results? To act, right? You are actions. And now we are to act. What do we get through your actions? Experience. What else do you get through acting? Yes, you are right. Help others to get results. You get results, either bad or good, but you get results. Negative or positive experience. Eventually, this is your experience and results. And if this or that way we are to gain some experience, then we are to be ready to face all the fears. Which fears do people have? Which fears do people have? Which fears do we all have? A fear to start. Many people are scared to start. Many people are scared to be rejected, to face rejections. Yes, they are scared to give a phone call, to talk. Thank you. And in case we understand that a fear is the lack of experience. Will you agree with me that fears are because of the lack of experience? Is that right? What should we do to get experience? What do we need to get some experience? Practice. Ideally, ideal answer. I understand that you follow me and you all understand what I'm talking. And I'd like to wake all you up and to be ready to act. And in case we come back and like to become successful, in case we do, simply do what Igor Nezavibatka actually advised us. If you simply do it, will you get some experience? Yes or not? If you get some experience, positive or negative, no matter, will you improve? Will you learn? If you learn, you practice even more, the second, the 10th times, are you becoming more professional? Great. And today, I'd like to have this training in a bit unexpected format. And this unexpected format may surprise you because the one who visited the training, do you remember? Andrei actually provided some theory, step 1, 2, 3, 4, how to meet a person, how to get to know new people, become friends, how to reach a result. Is that right? Do you remember it from that session? And now, my question, who did what Andrei taught you? Who applied this in practice? Please put me.
Okay, I can see that you are doing it. I can see that out of 210 people, 20 replied, this is good. And now give me a 1 in the chat if out of those people who did it achieved the result, either a good one or a bad one, doesn't matter. So you see, every one of you got their result. And now I would like to invite one of the leaders who put into practice the theoretical part and the practical part and showed you their result. That person's name is Jose Manuel. He's in the Spanish chat. Jose, could you please come out? Jose, we can't hear you. Okay, the Spanish translators are supposed to be translating you. Guys, in the Spanish chat, can we... Could we please patch Jose through? Okay, while Jose is getting ready, so we are back on, we are online. Yes, says Jose. Well, thank you very much then. I'm sorry for the delay. As I already said, Armand is working very hard with our team and we are learning and we achieve our results. Yes. And I wanted to show you how automatic work can work, because he explains us that there are millions of and billions of people who use social media and they represent millions and billions of opportunities. You just need to set up your formula and stick to it. For example, 2 weeks ago, I started working on talking to at least 20 people per day. So 20 messages or 20 attempts to reach out to other people. That was my first step towards self-improvement. And I wanted to show you how we're doing it, because it is very important that when you're a leader and when you have a team, to be helping your team, showing them things that you already have, similarly to the way our leaders are sharing their skills with us. So share what you learned. Time is the most precious resource, and that's what you should be saving. And when you talk to 1,000 people online, you realize that you can come across all types of people who don't know what you're selling, what you want from them. But if you train every day, you will hone your skill. I thought before that it was a great idea to invite friends online. And as soon as you're my friend, then you can talk to those people about our project. But I realized it was a mistake. Thanks to Armand, I wrote a text, a copy, and I wanted to share it with you. And I would like to explain to you why I think it is successful. Hopefully you can see my screen. Hopefully, yeah, I can see my screen. And it is very important for you to do it on Google Drive. Why? Because in Google Drive, you can copy links and share those links with your team. You might have noticed that here I have the guidelines for my team members and I have the copy itself. And the text shows you the steps that you need to take. Here, you can see what you need to do and how to do it. So what you need to do is to copy this part and send it every day to 20 people. This is the only work that you need to do, is to change the name you see in the brackets over here, and to insert the name of the person that you're talking to. Why? Because after you talked to a person and they replied to us, the next step would be you asking questions, whether do you know what MLM is, MLCI is. And if you notice, throughout the entire text, I have 28 sentences tops. On the 27th, over here, we're giving the link. It's like you are having a general topic dialogue that you can apply to 80% people you're talking to online. And our goal is for people to sign up without even knowing him prior to that, because we haven't yet even invited them to our friends. And when they sign up, that's when you have to invest your time in helping him develop their business, participate in their development, or any other objective, and it will yield its result. For example, if we go to my Facebook page, you can see different chats opened with different people, and I send them all the same message. The person replies to me, and you see people are replying to me over here, and I'm following the script that I've written before. Of course, you might not understand what I'm saying here because it's Spanish, but you can see that the messages are the same. I'm not really writing anything new. I'm just copy pasting it. And if a person replies to me positively, then I move on to the next message. You see, those are the steps, the same steps that I apply to everyone across the globe. Same form, same algorithm. And if we are attentive enough, you'll see that in the end, I send them the links to our YouTube channel, the Facebook channel, and you all need to have your Facebook page and YouTube channel. Here, to someone, I'm sending the link to the API, the Academy of a Private Investor. And also, I share my telephone number so that we could talk today. WhatsApp. You see Omar over here. We already started talking to him. We're in WhatsApp, and now I'm having a more personalized dialogue. I'm inviting him. So now I have a new member in my team. And when he signs up, I will start working even closer to him with him. If we go and take a look the statistics, look up the statistics for the current month, you will see that we have level 1, Luis Ellen. Remember, Ellen Ruiz, here she is. And the person whom we haven't yet talked to about personal things already signed up. And then when more personalized topics are being discussed, it's very important, and you can see it works. Out of 20 people that I talk to daily, of course, not all of them will reply to you. Maybe 2-3 people will reply per day. But please do not despair. Do not give up, because you have billions of social media users you can talk to. And why is it important to do it on Google Drive? To be able to pass on the link to that document to your partners. Let me show you the results of one of my colleagues over here. We are now in the still in the current months. Okay, we have some technical glitches. Okay, Marlo over here, she did the same. She had an outstanding result. She managed to invite people who make 4,000, 10,000, 10, 60 unit pack purchases. You see over here, she has outstanding results, as I already told you, Marlo, and she generated more than $9,000, which is made $9,000, which is, as you know, way above the average in any country of the world. So I don't believe the excuses that people are not talking to me, they're not replying to me. You know, success is a learnable skill, as Armand said. You can cone it, you can create that skill. And I wanted just to show you how it's done, because Armand is doing such a hard work that I wanted to show him and to the entire world those results. So thank you very much, Armand, for sharing your hints, your advice, and hopefully my advice will be useful to our webinar participants. Hugs and kisses. Take care. Dear friends, how did you enjoy the information that Jose just gave us? Jose forgot to add that he sent information only to people who are in network marketing. And out of all the people that he sent messages to, 3 out of 20 replied. And those 3 people had already past experience in MLM, correct? Well, some of you might say, but this is Spain. You know, it's Jose. He's a top manager. He's a person who has like lots of experience behind his back. But let's take someone from the Russian chat, Sergei Vaitenko. He's quite a novice in this business. Well, I guess he'll tell you more about himself. I don't think I should steal his thunder, you know, and disclose all of your activities, you know, what you're doing. Let's take a look at Sergei Vaitenko's result. I think, yeah, people will be really saying that this is Jose from Spain, this is Vaitenko from Russia, he has his own secrets. No, guys, look, anyone can do it. Let me quickly show you my screen over here. Yeah. So I'm using a different algorithm because you need to be aware of different ways of doing business. So look, I have people that come to me, they do it from Instagram. So I'm making posts over here, motivating posts. Quite recently, I posted a message with quite a lot of feedback. So there is a video here. I'm not sure it will start. Okay, it doesn't matter. In this post, I was saying that there are rules according to which I'm living right now. And I started telling people from my heart how where I was and where I have arrived, you know. But I'm still in the show business in Russia. I'm quite a renowned artist, you know, performer. I'm also a politician and a businessman. I also produce, you know, musical instruments, guys. If you need a harmonica, I can do one for you. But you know, the academy helped me not to lose money. I've been different, like involved in different kinds of businesses, but they are somehow, you know, go away from me. I never save anything, but thanks to the skills I learned at the academy, I managed to, you know, manage them properly. And that's what I explained people in my video. And there was a lot of feedback. And I'll show you how many people from that feedback became members of my team. Let's go to, for example, Yelena over here. So what she wrote to that post is, let me see, where is it? He said, thank you, Sergey, for your post. Okay, look, it's not that she replied to my post. No, I saw that she gave lots of feedback to my post, and I wrote to her first saying, I'm very thankful for being actively participating in my Instagram account. What do you like most on my page? And she said that you once mentioned about the financial literacy courses. Could you please tell me how much it costs? And I asked her for her telephone number to be able to explain it better. And she gave me the telephone number. We made a call. I invited her to a meeting, and now she's in my structure. Unfortunately, for some reason, you need to be looking for the newcomers, but I can try and find them. She must be somewhere here. Although it would be great if the recent newcomers to be displayed in the beginning. So when we're gonna have a new website, I would ask the developers to make it so that we can see the recent newcomers on the first page, in a chronological order. But it doesn't matter. She's still in my structure, and we've recently talked to her downline, and we helped that person purchase a 1,000 unit package. One more person who replied to my call in Instagram. So he sent me his screenshot, and he thought, funny enough, I tried to understand how the VTB investment platform works, and here Sergey Vaitenko is telling me that he has experience and is ready to share it. What should I start with? It's very difficult to understand it alone. And I said, of course it's difficult to understand it alone. Do you want me to help you? He said, yes, of course, I can give you a consultation. And he said, how much it costs? And I said, nothing. And then we had a chat, and he made a 250 unit package purchase, and also bought some released CRU points. And then, будьте добры, помедленнее, пожалуйста, спасибо. I asked him to go slower. So he said, hello, Sergey, very interesting information. Despite my being of the retirement age, I would like to learn more about investment. And I'm quite a poor person. Could you please share some additional information with you? I would be very thankful. That's what he wrote. Well, I knew that person. And you see, in this case, I just made a post. And my subscribers started writing to me directly. Of course, I called him. He's not yet registered. He's still thinking, but he is, ready to go. We have one more person over here who also replied to my post. On the 19th of May, I made a post, and he said, hello, yes, I would like to learn more about investments. And I'm saying hello. It's like warm market, you can already start inviting him to your consultations. That's what I did. I invited him at my consultation on the following day at 12. Now he's looking for money to make a 1,000 unit purchase. Also, we have, for example, the previous person over here. I didn't know him at all. A total stranger. He wasn't even subscribed to my Instagram. He happened to, read my post, because your posts are not only visible to your subscribers, but to open public in general. So, and one more lady over here made a 250 unit package. She wants to start working, but she has a wedding in 2 weeks. She says that when I'm done with my wedding, then I will start actively working in your structure. So she's also telling me that, let me tell you. She says, Sergey, I wanted to tell you that well done that you are sharing such important information with people. I think people will be inspired by your information. I said, hello, glad to hear from you. Can I help you too? She said, me? I never thought about myself. I was happy about the others. And I told her, it can help you not to be in need. And she said, he said, thanks for asking. I always put aside 10%. I don't have any assets. They are lying still. I never took money from my reserve fund, but when I did, I returned it back with interest, And I told her, do you want me to learn to teach you? And she said, yeah, I never thought about it, but why not? And then we had an appointment in Zoom, and she said, can I tomorrow invite my friends and you tell them about it? And without even being signed up, she invited 10 people to our meeting. We talked with those 10 people, and 3 out of them are ready to sign up and to make a purchase. They're looking for money. 4 people are still have not yet decided, and 3 people said, it's not ours. So you see 3 more people, another person that replied to me, 1 more people over here.
I'm pleased to meet you, would like to talk to you. Another woman responded, and let's calculate 1 post and the number of responses: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 people responded, and out of these 11, Vidas from Ireland. Now he signed up and he is getting training through my team. Andrei signed up and his parents helped him to get an EAP of 1,000. Although initially he is a student, he is 18 only. And first of all, he bought 50 units EIP. And then I suggested him talking with his parents. And he said, I discussed it with them and I met his parents. They actually were very interested and excited. And if you can't afford to buy some back offices for yourself, let's upgrade the back office of your son. So they donated some money to him and he purchased another EIP. And out of these 10, 5 people signed up. Great, Armand says. Thanks a lot, Sergey. Very great and very brief. And the result is there. Please, in the chat, show me your emotions somehow. Indicate your emotions somehow, whether you would like to get the same results as Sergey. If yes, if wow, then please contact Sergey. He will tell you how to do it. Sergey, thanks a lot. And what is your status? I'm top manager now. But look, I became a top manager when in October there was a promotion and I became a top manager quite easily. But only now I realize that top manager is a quite high ladder in my career, and you need to work, you need to deserve it to actually build the status with your workable structure. And only after joining the marathon, I started to develop my network. And by the way, another 2 members of my structure, you will meet them. Thanks a lot for being concise and within the time limit. Dear friends, please tell me whether you now understand that success is a skill you can master. Jose Manuele is another top manager in our company who has some results. Sergey Vantenko has his results. But you may say, they are top managers, they are different from me. But then now I'd like to invite Oleg Turanov. By the way, he is a person in Sergey's structure. He is an agent. And Sergey, if possible, please turn off your camera. Oleg is saying, hello to everyone. I am nervous and excited, but as Armand says, don't be nervous. And actually, I won't be nervous because I dream of becoming a top level coach. Look, this is my 3rd month in the company. I am a top. So my Sergey Vaitenko is my sponsor, and he grabbed my ears and brought me to the company. And please show the people that last October, you actually said that I'm fucked up and you would never join. Look, Sergey offered this training last October, but at that time I had my business and I told him, Sergey, don't bother me. I am not interested. But as soon as the pandemic hit, we actually came to an agreement. And then the next time Sergey met me in February, And I joined the program in February, and I managed to catch up with the last vegan in our train called Marathon 260. And look, guys, marathon gives me a lot, and Sergey is a top-class professional, which was a good push for myself, both emotional, energetic, because I am a dreamer, and sometimes I criticize myself, but Armand, when he provided some lessons, trainings on social networks, actually, he guided us in a good way. And I can tell you that I started to develop my business quite aggressively through the social networks, with the first steps after the training and marathon were phone calls. I called everyone, my list of contacts done manually. If you can see it, it includes many pages, and this is what my registrations. Please, guys, don't be scared. Get rid of all your fears and you will overcome all your barriers. My network, which today is quite conducive, this is the social network called Одноклассники, classmates in English, and it is well known, although I have a page in Facebook and Vkontakte as well. And I also make my posts through Instagram, make some posting in Instagram, but Instagram is not quite contributing, whereas in Classmate, the conversion rate was super high. And when I started to post my posts there, you can even see some pictures. And I received some feedback, some responses from people. And I made posts not about myself only, but about the academy, my team, Andrei Havratov. I started telling about everything because I am a dreamer, and a dreamer has the right to do anything. He doesn't care what he's doing. He is simply dreaming and trying to materialize his dreams, to see them in real life. And therefore, my posts, first of all, they were quite common. Friends, hello. And actually, I was instructed to delete a picture. I will explain why. Because then I was wearing some casual clothes, and someone actually feedback, you are casual and you are asking us to pay attention to some education and training. And then I joked. I posted a different picture, me, and in the back, there is my car, Mercedes, and I wrote down, I'm deleting my previous picture because it didn't show off my success, but this one is showing off my success. And again, I'm sharing the key to success. If you are interested, please respond to me. And some foolish, some cunning authors, please do not bother me. There were different feedbacks, some outgoing, some funny, and the responses I received, hello, Oleg, please share your secret. I immediately responded to such a response, to such a reaction, and sent some messages or made some phone calls, and the conversion rate was super high. Dear friends, a lot of people actually signed up those who I didn't know at all. So there were a lot of friends, some acquaintances phoning me, but most of them were strangers. My previous, one more post. So this is the previous picture. Guys, hello to everyone. I will share a secret of success. So there were people foolish me up and saying that why don't you like intelligent people? You should be merciful. But there was one response. Hello, Oleg. I am curious to find out your secret of success. And look, immediately I sent personal messages, get their phone numbers, and through WhatsApp, we actually communicate. And I tell them about our company, my story of success, my way of coming to the company and share my ideas, my thoughts, my intentions to reach something. And it gets quite positive, because I never intend to cheat or persuade people into something. Never do it, because you are, look, you are bringing some good. Education is good, and you will never lose it, even when a person follows you simply to get some education, some training, without knowing what to expect in the future. This is the good you are making. But as soon as they understand that they become the co-owners of some of some instruments, some portfolios, they get involved and engaged. And my conversion rate today through my list is 6 registrations, 4 purchases. In my team today, I have 48 persons. And I am in this business for 3 months only. Therefore, to my sponsor, to my team, and our team is cool. We are all creative. We are rockets. We are very emotional. We are athletic. We are lawyers, actors, and we are marathon runners. We even have mayors of some towns and cities, and it's great. And please be inspired, get educated, get trained, and everything will be fine. And my networks, classmates, Vkontakte and Facebook, and I will master Instagram. I promise you, Armand, you are super guy. And after talking today to Armand, 15 minutes chat we had. So actually, look, he touched every nerve of mine, and I asked him, can you write me back? And he said, Oleg, make presentations on your own and you will master faster. Thanks a lot, friends. We are with you. Look, it's quite interesting that we started that saying that we started from the training where Andrei Havratov trained you how to get to meet new people. If you haven't seen it, please find the recording and watch the theory, then the practical part. And look, guys, all these people that are talking here, they are those who, from the launch of this training, actually, they applied all this knowledge in practice. And now they see their first results. And you may say, look, they are artists, they are actors, they are celebrities, they have no problems. But then I'd like to invite one more person from our, UK. Please give her the microphone. And she is not an actress. She's not an actor. She's Ruta. Are you with us? Ruta.
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me?
Ruta, yes, we can.
Hello. Okay.
Ruta.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. First of all, let me thank you, everyone who came in this beautiful Saturday afternoon. And is and also today, I would like to ask you permission to share my little story and some tips. Would you like to hear it? Can you press 1? So I am a top manager in the company, master profit graduate, and also I'm a member of World Dinners for Peace. And my background is a certified public interpreter. That's why I will try to talk slowly and clearly. Also, I have bachelor's degree in creative and media writing and master's degree in international innovation management. Yeah. I was born in Latvia, but 25 years I live in London. And I would like to express again my gratitude to Armand, who introduced me to this opportunity. When he said, "Oh, you have to learn, you have to study, you have to do Master Profi," I said, "No, that is enough for me. I'm not studying anymore. I have my degrees done. I am a mother of two and grandmother of two as well. I have family life, and I'm happy to be interpreter and do some businesses." However, my dream was to be with a community where everyone could be wealthy. I was doing lots of businesses, successful businesses opened from scratch in Latvia, such as restaurant, high-class restaurant, knitting company. I had money. I was my own boss in London. Also, I opened a shop of designer leather goods. Plus, I was a property developer. But let me tell me what happened. The money was good. The money came in and the money was spent. If I would know, if I would know this opportunity of investing, I would never would lose all money. I would be financially free ages ago. And today I am so excited. That's why I'm not standing, I'm sitting, I'm too emotional. As Igor, previous speaker, said, I'm really grateful for his tips. I'm sitting down because I'm really, really excited for this opportunity. I would like to share it with everyone and to shout from the rooftop. Here are my tips. I don't know, I'm sharing your screen. Can you see my screen? Basically, this is my
No,
conversation.
we can't see it. In the English room, we don't see it. And
Okay,
in the
I will
Russian as
tell
well.
you. Okay, I will try to read it how I approached. I approached from social media. I tried to find people because would you agree to expand this community, to expand this wealthy community and attract more people? We have to learn social media skills. I'm quite new. I use just recently learning how to use Instagram. Mainly, I do LinkedIn and Facebook. And after Armand's training, I approached LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, people are looking for professions. They don't like to chat loads. They are very professional. And for example, I asked what exactly like Armand said. How are you? Hi, person's name, obviously. I hope you're fine in spite of everything. It's good that we can talk online. I would like to know you better. Please tell me about yourself. What do you do online? We could be maybe useful to each other. And would you be open to find out some new information on extra income working from home? Or it depends. I changed the end. Yes, and person answer, hi Ruta, nice to meet you. He says, I am professional pastry chef at the moment. There isn't much I can do from home. I am open to any nice opportunity regarding my profession, he said. But then he changed it and said, always happy to make extra income if I could be useful something. Another person was interested straight away to find some investing for opportunities. Actually, this text I copied and paste, just changing the name and ending. If I see it was interpreter, I ask actually how is their profession doing, and most of them have no jobs. Because not many know probably that interpreting is not translation. And sometimes as a court interpreter, courts were closed and I was not able to attend it anymore. So basically, what I would like to tell you that this opportunity for everyone, and it's easily, and I arranged many people's phone numbers, and I also have a board, and I have a sticky notes with six columns. If I invite to Facebook, let's say, invite, I can't really invite because I have 5,000. I just send a message, or I like their comment, I like and comment on the comment. And then people come me back and I start send this message, and then I arrange meeting and presentation. Also, what I learned, also I read a book for Fraser Brooks, which thanks to our CEO, Mr. Khabratov, and Armans, who invited for our marathon. I learned from him that we do like 10-minute sessions. It's 10 minutes, as many people as you can. You just contact. 10 minutes. Next 10 minutes, the people come back, you answer them again. And then the next 10 minutes, you send them registration link, or not registration link, but video. I love one video with Mr. Khabratov from India, which is 13 minutes, 48 seconds. And I asked the person, I said, when would you have a time to watch 13 minutes, 48 seconds video? And I will come back to you and I'll give a question and ask, what did you like about this video? Then we start the conversation, which is, I think it's very professional when you really, because people don't like to watch, they think you can watch some product whenever. This is the idea which I'm really passionate about. As nowadays, as you can see, people are in wrong position. Would you agree that everyone are socially conditioned that money is evil? That everyone says money doesn't grow on. Can you comment? What is the end? Money doesn't grow on. Exactly, Chris. Trees. Yes, Mohammed. Trees. Karina. Yes. Sareen. Yes. Yes, Manja. Money does grow on trees. And if we create a new society, new economic evolution of the world, we can attract everyone when we are with open heart. And we have, that's not a communism. This is not a capitalism. We're building something new. We are not going in protests against something. We are going like a water, and we are building new community. And social media today is a must do. And for this, I would like to thank everyone. And let's build new community, invite everyone. Just contact. One more tip. Don't do too much. Do 2 minutes Facebook, 2 minutes Instagram, 2 minutes LinkedIn, and change, because you can get onto jail, Facebook jail or LinkedIn, because it's like spamming. That's why you should be careful what you do. But I wish you all the best and success whenever you do today. Lovely. Nice to see you. Ciao. Who is next speaker?
Thank you very much for your input. Ruta is quite active in the social media and she attends lots of trainings. By the way, attending trainings, guys, is a must. This is the place where you can get people who will be ready to work with you, who will be ready to develop and move forward our new mission, which is to have 15% of the population on board. So how do you like today's information? Did you receive some added value? Did you receive some useful things and advice that you're going to use in your work?
Was it okay?
Great then. Now I would like to introduce you or introduce to you a wonderful lady who works in such, let's say, unusual conditions that I think lots of people would have it the same way. And I wanted to show you that you should be able not only to work from your desks and promoting business through Instagram, posting nice pictures, but there is another dimension to it as well. Now I would like to welcome our new agent, a person who is just an agent, quite recently joined our company, and she achieved the rank of agent, the consultant. I'm sorry, the consult. She used to be an agent, now she's a consultant. Under our promotion, she took all, received all the bonuses. So, Marsa, you have the floor. She lives in Ibiza. It's a nice place. And take the floor and tell us how you share with us how you work in such horrible, horrible conditions.
Hello, I don't know if you hear me. I don't know if everybody hear me, but hello. Oh, I have to. This is my working space. Look, I'm living in Ibiza. I'm on the beach right now, and that's all a part of possibilities that my Facebook is providing me, because I am a single mom with a son of 4 years old. And my dream was not to be in Holland, not to be in the system of banking and paying a lot of tax. And I was really thinking, what should I gonna do with it? And how do I gonna change my life? Last year in May 2020, 2019, a friend of mine, Patricia, she was saying, oh, New is such a magic place. And I was thinking about buying a new car of 4,000 euros in new. So I decided to keep my old car for 1 year more and invest in multi-level crowd investment. And that was amazing because like we all around the world, we are now in a very difficult time. There is a coronavirus, a lot of people are in lockdown, and I think everybody has the same problem. Everybody wants to feel safe and secure and want to do what they want. And that's what I think is perfect about this lockdown, because you can really think for yourself, how much of freedom did you have before the lockdown? Because I was really thinking about that for myself. And my business, I'm a business coach and I train Millionaire Mindset, because if you have a whole universe where you can order everything you want, why just 1,000 euros a month or 2,000 euros a month? And I'm always thinking, think big. And if you order 1 million, maybe you get half, but you're finally halfway. And how do I use Facebook in that? Now, as a start, I show people how I live. My dream was to travel the world with my son, have no problems in my head. So on Facebook, I'm going to show you a little bit of my timeline, because your Facebook is like the window of your shop. Make it nice, make it love, make it light, make it bright, so people want to be you, and not really you as a person, but everybody has dreams and everybody has goals. And what is the most important thing about posting or using social media? It's not about you, it's not about me. I have already my future settled with New. I have almost 1 million crews now, so end of the year I'm a fucking millionaire, and so can everybody. So this is the opportunity for everybody in this whole wild world. And I live in Ibiza. I have clients all over the world. All the Dutchies are sending me messages because they know my dream is theirs. So when you write a post, first write something that you truly believe in, and otherwise don't write a post. First start with your own trust in you. Do you believe it? Do you think that it's a way out? Do you think that people will really have a nice future? And before you write any post, think about the magnet you are, because we're all energy. And I believe your energy feels with no words, no, that's not what you're all saying. Oh, high energy, high energy, high energy. When you write a post on your social media, before you post it, think, is it about me earning money or is it an opportunity for them? Because that will make the big difference in your life. If you make a post where they can use money, where you can fix their problem, it will change night and day for you. Are you thinking with me the same? Because when you think only about yourself and you say, oh, I can be an agent in 25 days and then I earn the money, blah, 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 blah. I believe when you say you can be an agent and now you can start with only $250 and you have 1,389 cruise, you have your future solid. And that's what makes me. I have a home in a house in the Netherlands. It was for sale. It's not for sale, but now with new, I have the possibility to pay my mortgage in Holland, pay the rent in Ibiza, and I'm a single mom. And I started only with this multi-crowd investment 2 months ago because I was so fed up with the network marketing industry and that you were not like a co-owner. Like this is such a great opportunity because we are co-owners. We own this shit and we are able to make it better for you and me. So if you write your post, let them feel you have to be with part of us. It's not like, oh, maybe you want to join and begging them for it. No, it's the other way around, people. You can feel that they have to be a part of us, of our community as a VIP member. We have received 350 crews. That's a bonus. $70 for an investment of $10. How do you not can be a part of it? And that's the energy I am writing in my post. People, you don't have to be in such a bad place. You don't have to be thinking about, oh, what's the world gonna be? No, why? Because we have the new economy of the world. We are building a new system. We don't fight the old. Fighting is like a low energy. So keep your energy up and keep your energy good and do know that you are a problem saver for everybody around the world. And then your post will be such a different energy when you write a post with the energy, oh, you have to be part of it. Then people are like, oh, Masha, what are you doing? I want money too. I don't want to have any doubt. I don't want to have any sorrows. I don't want to have any problems with my job, because nowadays everybody is a little bit afraid. We don't want to be, because we have to be all high energy all the time and love and light, but fuck it, we don't feel that way all the time. We feel up and down and the sorrows, and then you watch the news and more sorrows, and we can provide people to take away their sorrows, to not think about the future in a bad way, but to know that we have like a portfolio where you and I are co-owners. We own this. And when you really feel that you own it, you make brighter posts, you do everything. But I have one really good rule. It's really like a rule. Don't talk too much. And I'm saying this and I'm talking a lot. Never show too much. So what is my secret ingredient for you? And I'm gonna show, it's my first time, so I hope I'm gonna screen my share. Screen. No. No, it's not working and I'm not technical. But when you write a post, just write a post and feel for the first time. Maybe you have pen and paper. Do you have pen and paper? Take pen and paper. And then you're going to feel what is your big why. Why was your first thought to know I had to buy a financial package? What was your reason why? Because your reason why is the diamond for somebody else. Everybody has a reason, and your reason is like a magnet. So please write down what is your reason why you started with new. That's the first thing you can write down for yourself. What was your reason to start with new? When you know that reason, you know that there are people like you and I with the same reason, but still wondering how they're going to fix it. And from now on, you are the problem fixer. Know that you are not begging for money. No, you are a problem fixer. You give them an opportunity of a lifetime where they can change their whole life for $50, $250, $1,000. It's what I always say, don't let them eat the cheese of your sandwich. So you don't do it from money you don't have, but everybody has money in the bank account. And nowadays it's very confusing. Banks don't give any profits anymore. They want to charge you money to take it out of the machine. So people don't trust banks, they don't trust government, they don't trust anything. So when you trust like this perfect opportunity, you can give them a way out. It's like an exit plan on this crazy world. And that's the mission of Andre Horatis, no? He's like another change of the world, make an own economy, make like a new system. And I am fed up of fighting the old system. I am really excited to build a new one. And when you post on your Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or whatever thing you choose, be authentic, be yourself, and use your own whys, because your why is equal to somebody else's why. I hope you had a great time listening to me. I only have 10 minutes and I can talk for hours and hours because I have so much interesting things for you. But keep it simple. Just when you do a post, just put one thing in it, not like whole lines. People don't read it. They just like it. And there's another thing. People need 7 times to see you on a post before they trust you. So when you just started and you write your first post and nobody is responding, don't think you're not successful, because everybody's watching without posting. Shh. We all looking at the neighbors. So no, everybody's watching your timeline if you have a response or not. And the second time you make a new one, and then the person who didn't respond the first time, this is a little bit interesting, and they still not responding. But the third time they're like, hey, Marcia, I saw you posting this a few times. What's in it for me? And then just say, okay. And then I only send 2 things. I send my referral link at once. The first thing I said is a referral link, because you want them to be a customer. Don't joke about it. You just want you to be a customer. So immediately, hi, thank you for your interest in this and this. This is my referral link. When you are interested, you need to check it out. And then put a Zoom link. It doesn't matter which language you speak. We have so many languages all around the world. You can do Dutch, English, German, and 12 languages today, no? So you can just put, here is the presentation from the Zoom link. And then when your person is viewing the Zoom online, make sure you are on the same presentation, that you're there, that you see what your customer is asking for questions, because when the Zoom is ending and they're coming to you with questions, you can say, yes, I already saw it. You have a question about that? How can I be of any help? Be, I always say, be polite, but also be in service of your customers. You are the upline, but there's only one rule I always use. When you build your people, they will be to build your success. So be very helpful, be very to reach, and that they know that they can reach you anytime, and it doesn't matter to WhatsApp, Messenger, but that you are there to able to help them. But because did you know when you were starting that you think, oh my God, where do I start? It's so much information the first time. So when you are able to speak to people on their level, you will reach them. So yeah, what I think most important is build your own magnet. Know that new is the best of the best. Know that when you write a post that people will respond. Just before you sit down, do like a meditation. Andrea Radov is also for the meditation. Because before you push, I think I have to stop because I always talk too much. Because Armand is calling me. So I think stop.
Thank you very much, Marcia. You are indeed a ray of sunshine that transmits the energy. By the way, I did her wrong, by the way, because she became a manager within the new promotion. So she became a manager within a couple of months. She has quite a lot of experience in MLM companies. She started very well, then she got disappointed in it all. But you see, new can reach out to anyone. And I would like to wrap up today's meeting by giving word to Andrei Zuyev. And Andrei mentioned him quite often about his realizations too. He works a lot and he achieved quite a good results. And I would like him not only to show you how he does it, to see yourself that you can learn success. It's a learnable skill, but I would like also Andrei to share his realizations.
Well, hello to everyone. Can you see and hear me? Please put a plus for me to understand that you can hear me well, because at present I am in the country and don't have a microphone. Great. So my greetings to all of you. Thank you for being with us. Oh, sorry, we lost him. Yes, it's true that during today's session, I got a lot of realizations, but a few words about my achievement. I have a network, and what I am today is a result of my successes and failure. My story started from the age of 6. Then I did sport, and throughout my actually life, I did a lot of sports such as jogging, running, boxing, and motocrossing. And I am a master of sports in motocrossing, and sports is an important part of my life and like enabling for a lot of achievements, and I have a lot of targets. And it managed actually to preserve my business and to retain my niche for many, many years. And so far, for 20 years, I've been doing business. And throughout this time, actually, there were a lot of injuries, trauma, passive money, passive income. And I realized a lot of things and many mistakes made and many lessons learned. But apart from this, I'm a marathon runner, I do yoga, I'm a business partner of the Academy of Private Investor, and I am a member of the local leadership council in Russia. I am a host of the game Genius of Finance, Master Profi graduate, and develop the international network. And as like you, I get some passive income through the partnership development. And actually, before I was in a different business, but now I am developing this network business, and I see great future in it, because this is the diversification of my assets, and most importantly, freedom, dear friends. Honestly speaking, before I've never been in social networks. I actually treat them as a way to boast of some achievements of mine, whereas today social networks are a good tool to develop this business, particularly at this time when we are actually tortured by the corona-19. And actually it was a push, pandemic was a push for me to develop social networks, because we all stay at home, meaning that you can reach out to the people sitting in front of their laptops, and they are not distracted. They don't commute to their offices somewhere on the road, because actually it takes a lot of time to develop and commute to our offices. But now, dear friends, after getting a course delivered by Andrei Havratov, I realized the following. Well, it's easy to meet new people. You don't need to spend a lot of time to go somewhere to actually grab someone by his shoulder in the street saying, "Guy, let's have a conversation with you," on his way somewhere. It's enough to send a message to people and they will respond. First of all, I did it this way. Massively, I sent some messages. It was viewed as spam. And then I realized that it is not acceptable for me. Therefore, my approach is different. I stopped spamming. Now I create value. I see the feedback that the sound is lost. I do apologize because it is patchy, as I am in the countryside and the internet connection is not good, but I will speak slowly and repeat sometimes. Well, I started giving added value, giving some value in the social networks. I started writing some posts on specific topics, and now it's great, it's super, as I develop a toolkit, a set of topics I'm interested in a month, and daily I post some information, and information is easy to come. Why I'm doing this and which information I get. Every morning I get up 5 a.m. and then I do some practices. Andrei Havratov, by the way, actually trains us. Asking for forgiveness, gratitude, drinking a glass of water, doing some exercise. And throughout many months, I follow Andrei Havratov meditation, Money Magnet. It's great. If you haven't tested it, it's great. I recommend it. And then I am full of energy. So I become resourceful. It's important to transform yourself into the resourceful mood. And in this state, you are full of opportunities and you can do everything. And then every day, almost every day, I have live stream and I am full of energy and actually generate and convey this energy to the people I'm talking to. And now I'd like to show you my way I meet new people, how I meet them. And now I will share my screen and will try to show it. Picture. I can't enter, I can't show you my Instagram. This is my account. And here we see I have 2,700 subscribers or followers. We can't see his screen. Great. Look, here I show that your image should be catchy. Then there should be some slogan. My motto is make money easily and with joy. And then I have my profile and people look it through. If they are interested, then actually they follow, they scroll down all my posts. Sorry, the voice is lost. And then actually I give them a link to the Academy of Private Investor and they can sign up. So here I make some posts which make value to me. And it's really meaningful. And people said it correctly. Before they follow you, you are to attract them. Yes, maybe not from the first time, but from the third, from the 20th time. Today you work for the brand and tomorrow your brand will work for you. And I post some stories. I won't boast how many stories, at least 5 stories a day, or at least 1 post a day, at least several times a week to be live. And it's great, people communicate with you and your followers, your hot followers. They are your hottest clients rather than those you have in your list of contacts, because here you communicate with them daily. And what I do every day, once a week. So every day I post my stories, but weekly I do the following. I will show it to you. How to scroll it down, I don't know. Armand suggests having a separate training with you because you are a good speaker, because now of bad internet connection and some voice being patchy. Give me some seconds, guys, because I want to show something. It's really important for people to show which stories I post. Can you see my stories? Can you see my picture? Yes, now we can. Look here in Instagram stories. So you can do some surveys, some polling. And the first step is investing. And a few options: financial education, dream goal. The third one is account in a bank. So I do this polling. They give their answers. And then I show them a different picture as soon as they're interested, and they give answers to this survey. How many people from 100 to 120 people, I do some interactive sessions with them. So they give their answers, and after this, I start dialogue with them. I start conversation. Look, I meet new people. I meet these new people, and I don't have to text them or to phone them. Actually, they contact me first themselves. After they responded to this survey, I send them a message. Look, you gave this response. No matter either correct or incorrect, I thank them for participating in this polling and invite them to the Zoom session. And 30–40% of people are ready to have Zoom sessions with me. And afterwards, I suggest getting some education, sign up, and to become a part of my team I'm developing. So briefly, this is my information. These are my tips I'd like to share with you, because Armand is right that my connection is patchy and pictures are not always shown. Dear friends, the most important message to you today is never be afraid and scared to talk, to collaborate with other people. Always find something new, creative, And this way you will promote forward both in Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and you should be there everywhere. And it's enough to make one post, one stories, and simply scale it up. And there are a lot of softwares which actually from all your networks, you can actually get this information and use it for messengers. And then you will bring these people to Zoom sessions. Armand says, thank you. And as Armand says, I believe this information and tips were useful, and I would be delighted to have a separate session for you and to share my tips with you. Thank you, Andrei. Thanks a lot. Dear friends, so roughly, this is the way the time flies, but let's do some polling. Please tell me, did you see anything you can copy, any practice, any tool, any skill you can copy and apply in practice? If yes, put one. If this webinar is of no value, please put two. And while you are responding, look, Marja is quite natural, but today many people are scared to be natural and transparent in social networks. But look, being natural is another new trend. Before, you should be bossy, super class, to have some mentions in the background for a person to pay attention to you. But today, the more natural you are, the more people you will attract. And today, I'd like to wrap up our today's training with two key messages. First of all, hopefully you've seen that all these people learned 1 year ago, 3 months ago, they knew nothing about our company. They had other businesses, they were creative, they didn't do what today they showed you. This is another piece of evidence that success is a skill you can master and learn. And my key role, why I'm saying all this to you, look, once I come across such truth, and this statement is as follows. First of all, I will talk a lot and you will listen to me attentively. Then I will talk less and you will listen to and think it over. But I'd like to finalize saying that I'd like not to talk a lot, but you will actually act on your own, because then you won't need me. And if you don't need me, then as a trainer, as your coach, I did everything to equip you with knowledge, with skills, and you on your own could actually promote and build and develop new economic evolution of the world. And the people that spoke in front of you, actually, they made some scripts. And if you want actually to get something, so please contact your sponsor. Your sponsor will contact the local leadership council. The local leadership council will contact the global leadership council, which will contact the presidential council, and there will be the scripts. And in the end, I'd like to say to all of you, thanks for your attention. There were a lot of people willing to speak up, but that is for today. And I'm handing over the floor. My hugs and kisses to all of you. Bye-bye and take care. Well, I believe this training was incredible. Our keynote speakers, Armand and Igor, for some time, I didn't see such juicy presentations because I also observed the reactions of our participants. And yes, you must learn always. We acquire different skills, but I believe that you've never thought that success is a skill you can acquire and master, but you need to be persistent. And the question is, so what you need to do is to develop this skill and provide it to others. Today's training was really valuable, and I believe you, like me, find it really meaningful and valuable. And I'd like to thank our interpreters because you are super. And at this note, I'm saying goodbye to you. And please remember that we are having webinars, regular webinars. They are announced at our website and in the back office, and please attend all of them. And my thanks to all the organizers and technical staff. Ladies and gentlemen, together we are developing the new economic evolution of the world. And in case we are working together, we will actually make it true. I wish all of you success and good luck. In case you have any questions, this is quite high time to answer them. Well, our interpreters reported to me that there are no questions in our key language rooms. So my thanks to all of you once again, to our interpreters, to our organizers and moderators. So good luck, and actually let's hit the records of 10 million users. So good luck and take care. Bye-bye to everyone.